News. We're in Plainfield with Diane Toliver. She's running again for First Ward Councilwoman. And she did so wonderfully the other night at the NAACP Forum, their debate. Diane, how do you feel? Talk to us. Give us some information.
I feel good. I'm ready for the League of Women Voters next week on May 30th at 6:30 at Emerson School.
Now, is that Wednesday or Thursday?
That's on a Wednesday.
Okay.
And I'll be just as responsive and answer the questions of the constituents. But I'm excited also to be here with Mr. Fowler. I had the pleasure of meeting Mr. Fowler a couple weeks ago. He had a problem with trees that was planted on his property, and he wasn't pleased with it. So me being an advocate for my constituents, Mr. Fowler is a senior citizen, and I'm an advocate for the seniors as well as for anybody else that's in the First Ward. So we would like to hear from Mr. Fowler as far as what his concerns are about him being a senior and living in the city of Plainfield, and what he think about some things.
But before he go into that, I'd like to ask him, BASA News, Zachariah Jackson, charting in on this again. She's your First Ward council person, and what people don't know about council person, you reach out to your council person before you reach out to your mayor, because they actually represent your ward. And with Diane Toliver representing the First Ward, and she's your liaison to the City Hall. Can you tell us something about her character?
Only thing I can really say about her character so far is great. For the problem that I did have, well, I spoke to the mayor first, not knowing that I should have went to her first. I spoke to the mayor back in February about some trees being planted on my property.
Okay.
I probably wouldn't have had a problem with it if it had been in the newspaper,
Okay.
or if I had gotten a phone call that we are going to beautify Plainfield by planting trees.
Okay.
But I goes out and I came back and I got 2 trees on my property. I'm getting to be an old man now. I can't rake leaves like I used to.
Sure.
And my council lady here, God bless her sweet soul,
Yes.
she got involved. And it seemed like I'm going to get those trees removed.
Absolutely.
But my main concern, if this is the appropriate time to discuss the parking at the senior citizen building on Front Street in Plainfield. My concern is this. We have but a very few parking spaces.
Okay.
We have 4 handicap parking spaces.
Okay.
And those 4 handicap parking spaces are usually taken. Very rarely they are vacant. Okay. I usually get there anytime after 1 during the day, hoping that I can get a parking space. But my main concern is that the office personnel, they have parking spaces right at the entrance.
Okay, I understand.
To the building.
Sure.
Where we have, not so much for myself because, you know, I'm a little on the selfish side, a little on the independent side. I don't have a problem with walking, even though I walk with my pool stick.
Sure.
But we have guys there with walking sticks.
Sure.
Okay, so they have to walk across the parking lot.
Okay.
And they live there in the building, or they...
No, they don't live in the building, but they are members.
Okay.
Right.
They are members of the building, and they don't have a place to park.
Sure.
Today, for example, I had to park on the street, but still the employees, they have parking spaces right at the door.
Which, okay, I understand.
You know, and I personally feel that the only person that should have a designated parking space is our director,
Sure.
Mrs. Brown.
Yes.
Everybody else should have to find a parking space someplace else.
Sure.
94, when I went to look for a job.
Okay.
The company said to me, you came here looking for a job. You didn't come here looking for a parking space.
Sure.
You understand what
I
I'm saying?
understand.
You
I
didn't come
understand.
here looking for a
Yeah.
park, but you
Yeah.
came here looking
Look
for a job.
That's
So you park wherever
Exactly,
you can.
exactly.
You don't have a designated parking place.
Yeah.
But my supervisor, he had a designated
Sure.
parking space. And I don't think it's fair because, like I said, you have guys there walking with a cane.
Sure.
You have these sweet, lovable old ladies that are walking with walkers.
Sure.
I mean, they can barely make it.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
And a lot of times people have to back their car, a driver have to go get their car, come back, and park and wait for them to struggle to get out the building to get in the car. And I really don't
So
think
you're
it.
saying what we need to do in this city is maybe make a designated, paint a certain area where people can do a drop off, where it's easier for the seniors to get up in the
Exactly. Or the ones that drive, make it available for them to park at the door to get in the building, not across the driveway someplace where they have to walk, let's exaggerate a little bit, a quarter of a football field.
Right.
Okay.
I understand. Yes.
All right.
Understood. Yes.
You know, but back to those trees, I was very upset with those trees. You know, the trees the city said that to me that they own that part of the property.
Sure.
Okay, if the city owned that part of the property, then why don't they fix the curve?
Oh, I understand. Yes.
You know, the city said to me, sent me a letter, Mr. Fowler, your side porches look a little raggedy. You need to fix it. I fixed it. Because it's on my property.
Yes.
Sure.
The city wrote me a letter, said my garage needed painting. I painted the damn garage. Why? Because it's on my property.
Sure.
Okay, so if the sidewalk and the curve is on your property, then why don't you have equal rights, the same privileges that I have to fix my property? Why don't you fix your property?
Sure.
You know, but other than that, Plainfield is okay. I don't know my mayor personally,
Okay.
but I don't know. I think he's doing the best he can. And if you cut that off for a minute, I'll tell you something else.
We're live.
So I will definitely look into the curb. I took a picture of it earlier.
Right.
And I will see what the administration can do about fixing that. I can't put a timeline on it, but we will definitely look into it. And I'm happy that you're happy now that we're going to get those trees moved. And there's other citizens in the city that want those trees. So
Exactly.
we're going to put them where they will have a new home.
Exactly. And if anybody that watches this film, if you remember Fowler's Gardening Center on South Avenue,
Yes.
that was my dad.
That's right.
And people came to my dad. I even sold trees to the residents of Plainfield. Why? Because they wanted trees.
Sure.
Yes.
So if they had asked or sent out a memo or anything saying we are going to plant trees if you wish to have a tree, they probably wouldn't have enough trees to finish everybody with trees.
Sure.
But you just gonna stick a tree there, what the
You
hell?
pull up and there's a tree on your yard. That's kind of that's kind of tacky a little bit.
Yeah, it is.
It's
You
not
know,
style,
I mean,
no style.
and I could see it if you wrote me a letter and said, "Hey, Mr. Fowler, your taxes 2 months behind. You know, that's our property now." I could see that.
Yeah, I understand.
But my taxes is up to date by only. My water bill isn't up to date. But my taxes and my sewer, my PMU bill, anything pertaining to the city is up to date.
Yes.
So, respect me the way I pay you.
Sure.
But just ending this, I would just like to say that I know myself as your council person, and that the administration in the city, I'm going to speak for them, we do care about what's important to the seniors. So that's why we came here. I came here to hear it directly from you.
Right.
What you like and what you feel. And I will pass your thoughts and what you want to have and what you think needs to be done onto the right departments.
Yes, it's not that I'm asking for charity,
Right.
Sure.
but I'm asking for convenience.
Yes.
You know, let's just say supposing that my father was living now.
Sure.
When he died, he was blind.
Wow.
Okay? So he needed all the help that he could get.
Sure.
If he wanted to visit the senior citizen.
Sure.
Mama Doshi, she didn't want to park on 2nd Street after dropping him off at the center
Sure.
because of the people that employed there have all the parking spaces that right at the door, and it was told to me that if you see a cone, you know what a cone is?
Yes.
In a spot, you better not park there, because if you do park there, you can be towed away.
Now, what number Richmond Street is that? The senior.
No, that's
Front Street.
Front Street.
Front Street.
Yeah, I think it's 200, right?
Something. I'm not sure of the exact address, but I know it's the senior citizen.
It's just a
building.
new building.
Yeah,
Yes,
the senior
it's the
citizen
new
Oh,
building.
okay.
I
Okay.
think it is around 200.
Yeah, I think
Front
it's
Street.
200.
By the
Front
laundromat,
Street.
right by that laundromat.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
next door to the
Okay. We go.
liquor store.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So we will see what we can do. I will see what I can do, Mr. Fowler. It was a pleasure to come and interview you, because I promised you last week that we were going to do something about those trees. And I thanked the lady that I was here this morning, and I was able to get that resolved for you. So we thank you very much
You're more than
for
welcome.
this time.
And let's hope that everybody will end up being happy with
Sure,
a big smile
sure,
on
sure.
their face.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Okay?
Zachariah Jackson, BASA News.
Thank you very
We'll
much,
be back.
Mr.